again, I've said this. So this is the diaphragmatic release that I'm talking about. And pair it with the breathing, which means breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. And one of the things you'll notice, watch my shoulders. You see how they don't move? The reason why they don't move is because I'm not breathing into my lungs. That is not what you want to be doing. As a matter of fact, that very breathing, that very practice of breathing can induce anxiety, because it's like, that's not what you want. And so this practice, what it's doing is it's telling your brain that everything's okay and that you don't have to be concerned that you're about to die, which is what the limbic system is set up to protect us from death. It's not set up to protect us from anxiety. Anxiety is ultimately the byproduct of thinking that things that aren't going to kill you are going to kill you. And so this breathing thing reconnects us to what's actually going on and removes us from that place. Imminent lethal peril. So yes, and the rules are in through your nose, out through your mouth, diaphragmatic release as you breathe. You can. The thing about me being able to do this is that you can release without breathing. It doesn't require breathing. The pairing it with the breath, though, for me has created a practice that I find really useful and something that I can employ in all kinds of situations. And so the rules are diaphragmatic release, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Count while you're breathing, which means count a number. Just make sure the out breath is the same number. It doesn't matter what the number is. Everybody, sorry about that. Got kicked off the interwebs. It's something that happens. And so because everything that happens just creates further possibilities, the further possibility is for me to keep talking. So I can't do anything about what just happened. So here I'm back. So we've got the rules. I'm just going to run through the rules again because I got cut off. I want to make sure everybody's got all of them. In through the nose, out through the mouth. You count when you breathe in. You count when you breathe out. Just make sure the number is the same. Doesn't matter what the number is. Your back is free. You also get your diaphragmatic release going on, which means this comes out. And you practice. Most important is that they pick a time during the day that you can just practice, which is not about attending to anything. It's not about being anxious. It's not about being stressed out. It's about just practicing the breathing. Now, it's perfectly possible that there might be a time, or this might be a time in your life where there is no, it just keeps locking up. Just want to make sure continue to cast. Where there is no time where you're not experiencing stress or anxiety or something. That's all right. You can still practice this because ultimately it's not about clearing your mind. It's not about not having, it's just about doing this practice. So you do the things, into the nose, out through the mouth, count, free back, and diaphragmatic release. If you're doing that, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter if you're anxious. It doesn't matter what's actually happening. It matters that you're doing that practice. Now, something else that I want to throw out this time, this is a very basic idea for me that I learned about in the program. It is first things first. And the thing that I love about first things first is that it keeps me moving in a direction that's useful for me. And so like, you know, I have certain first thing when I'm about to start having conversations with folks, and those are paperwork things. And so rather than signing on to the internet, rather than getting on the computer, rather than getting on my phone, I do those things first. And what that means is, what ultimately happens is that once I've done those things, I can go on to whatever else I can do, goes on, instead of, jumping on the internet first thing, and then I'm like caught up in whatever's going on there, and then I haven't done that yet. And so I'm already in a position where there's stuff that that I have to get caught up on. So first things first, this thing and this thing. And, the first thing that I do every morning is to do my practice. Do that, do the next thing. And I find every time I divert myself from that, regardless of what it is, I'm just gonna take out the trash first. Then I get into the cycle where I'm not walking down the road that I could be walking down. I'm not having the experience that I could have. And I'm in this, I've got to get this done, or whatever the ultimate reaction is. It puts me in a position where it's not where I could be if I just done my breathwork practice and then taking out the trash. Thing is, trash is going out anyway. It's just a question of when it happens. And first things first keeps me moving in a direction that I appreciate. So it really works for me, and that's why I'm talking about it. I'm not saying this is something that's absolutely vital for everyone. I'm just saying that it works for me. Something to think about. Hope everyone has a great day on this beautiful Sunday. It is a beautiful Sunday here in the northeastern United States. I don't know what it's like where you are, but I hope regardless of how it is, you're able to find something in this day that you find, that's useful for you and that enriches your life.